So, hello, welcome to Deaf Films. This is David. This is. If you have a channel on YouTube,
No.
or anything on the internet, have you ever uploaded something on the internet?
Never.
Well, you will. 90% of people can relate,
Okay.
kinda, to this.
Okay.
Which is the strangest and vastness of the internet and its
Very
people.
big.
So today we took upon ourselves to read this one conversation that we had with a friendly guy on the...
A fan, a very lovely fan, a true fan.
We'll make sure to keep this person anonymous. This person has, been, commenting on our videos, especially on my horror movie reviews before. It's been, asking for, can you do this movie, can you do this movie, can you review this? And most of them is just, to be honest, I haven't responded because I haven't had time to review these movies, or most of them also, I have kind of the reviews planned out beforehand. I have these movies I want to do and this is where I'm going. So if someone asks me, oh, can you review this movie? Then it goes all the way, back off the line. So it obviously takes a while. Or this whole comment thing is gonna start out from, I know, it had really nothing to do with the thing we posted.
No, I shall be playing the role of internet mystery, and Emilio will be playing himself, as Emilio is the one that did have the conversation with the stranger.
Yes.
Are you ready to stop glorifying World War II Finland?
So the first time when I saw this, it's like, I knew who this was, but at the same time it came as a surprise, like, oh, you're really doing this like here and now?
Okay, you
but
just call us out.
At least this is what I wrote. I'm sorry that you feel that we're doing something negative, because obviously this is a negative connotation is what he's trying to do. Finland is a nation with a complex history and has definitely always done good decisions. So no country has ever done. But I do not agree that we are somehow glorifying its actions during World War II, if you're referring to my Tali Ihantala review. Why? Because this is the only place he has commented this on before, and this is the only thing we've ever talked about during Finland during World War II on this channel, so I don't really know. But most war movies are glorifications of its own country's actions, except for most German war movies, and it's completely natural. But just reviewing one does not mean I agree with the country's actions. But I'm curious, where do you think I'm glorifying World War II Finland? Please note that I'm just curious and wanting to improve our content. I definitely think every nation has history should and can be criticized. I was just like, because I didn't know how bad this is gonna get. I know the review I did on the movie, and for me, I had no point to ever glorify or like make it seem like some side as heroes or like So at this point, I want to know, why did I say that was misinterpreted in that way? Then
Again, please watch the review in the link description below, and you tell me if it sounds like the man's blowing his own whistle. Let this mysterious person continue with the message. Your problem, Emilio. Is that you hate war movies from the perspective of American and Britain, and you like the Tali. I can't
the Finnish war
that
movie
glorifies World War II Finland when you can support World War II Finland. Don't you know that World War II Finland was supported by the Nazis?
So here again, the problem is that I ask him, okay, what did I say that was me glorifying it? And then he says, well, you reviewed this movie, so you're glorifying it. It's like, what if I review, I don't know, any other movie doesn't make me somehow like agree with that country's political like decisions. The whole thing about like Finland during World War II, I feel like, it's definitely super complicated, a lot of complex issues. And there's actually a good video about that. If you want to know, this is directed to you if you're watching this video as well. If you want to get some perspective, I will have the link in the description. It's a new video about, during the history of what happened. So here you go. I only review war movies as movies. My opinions on the movies do not in any way reflect my political views. If I have done a negative review on a movie, then it's because it's failed as a movie, not because of my views on the historical event it takes place in. Out of the movies I've done as an American, at least half of them or more I like, and the other ones I kind of criticize, but I still also kind of recommend. So I don't know in what way I'm like hating on all the American movies if literally at least half of them I do like.
Why can't you admit that Black Hawk Down is a good movie? And it's not wrong for being join the US Army and pro-USA patriotic. Come on, bro.
At this point we're kind of losing completely what this discussion was about in the beginning. He still hasn't said what I said that was glorifying Finland, by the way. You just say it. Put a timestamp, this is where I think he glorified it.
Emilio?
So I never said Black Hawk Down was a bad movie. I praised it for many things from a filmmaking standpoint. I like its attention to detail and its realism. I think it's a valid point to criticize a movie that portrays a controversial and bloody historical event and then use it as a recruiting tool. Otherwise, it's still a decent movie. Again, just because I criticize one thing about a movie does not mean I don't like anything about it. So, sure, I criticized a little bit of the movie, but it doesn't mean I hate it. And maybe there could be some bias there because I'm not American myself, but I still recommend the movie.
Actually, you just can't admit America is always right. And that the brutal militia was evil. And you like Fortress of War, which glorifies the Soviets.
So, how can I even respond then if everything they do is right? And if you're watching this, just read up on your own history then and decide by yourself then. And if he thinks this brutal militia is evil, then he should see what America's done as well if he's comparing them to the same level.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'm glorifying the Soviet Union as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get into about your comment of how America is always being right, because obviously nobody is. And how can I be glorifying the Soviets if I'm glorifying Finland when they fought each other? And again, there's many good war films about US and UK. I just haven't reviewed them yet, so I still haven't done all the existing movies I've ever done about war. So, am I glorifying Finland or am I glorifying Soviet Union?
Oh yeah? Well, I got something to tell you, Emilio. You hate America. And you probably hate the apartheid in South Africa because you like the Soviet Union. Suck on that.
Yeah, this is whoa.
What?
The way it's said, it's like it's obvious that
like it's a negative that you hate it. Like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. You don't like the Nazis? Shit. Like, what?
I mean, I think everyone can agree on this. I do not hate America. Never said so, never will. Otherwise, you're completely right. I do hate apartheid in South Africa, but that does not make me a communist, only a decent human being.
That's a very good point. Now, sadly...
I mean, I'm glad that he thinks that I hate apartheid.
He got you right.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than he said, oh, you probably like apartheid. Like,
oh. Whoa. But again, now if you could please find the deleted comment that he replied with. You see, the problem is, I can't read it because it got flagged by YouTube for being racist. Guess what, hater? Death thumbs. Apartheid wasn't racist. Didn't you actually see Henrik Verdos's speech about apartheid? He literally said it's about accepting that there are differences between people, and while these differences exist, and you have to acknowledge them, and at the same time, you can live together and aid each other. How is that wrong? Bro?
I mean, just to respond to that, I think actions speak louder than words. This guy might have said whatever he thinks that sound nice, but the things they did were definitely not in any way nice.
Yes, I assumed, okay, there must be a black man that stood up and said, you know what, I'm okay with this, the differences between cultures or whatever, and that's why he's bringing this up as a point, because, you know, that could be a thing. Now, my logic was, of course, someone that's raised in, let's say, slavery or even like as a cruel environment for a human being, you could be, like, in a way, inbred with that idea of that you're worse than the others, and therefore you yourself push this own propaganda, right? Look at in Django, right? Look at Sam Jackson's character, where like he's so embedded in it, he agrees the fact that he's a slave in whatever zone or whatever interesting fact. A bombshell. The motherfucker was a white bitch. Whoops.
Born and raised in Nazi Germany.
Woo! Didn't you even hear his speech?
Did you actually see it?
Take a moment. I know, and you tell me right now if you've seen this man's speech, and I write it down there. Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. I'll know what you mean. Come on, take the effort right now, write it. I want to know how many of you motherfuckers have listened to Von Fuckface's fucking speech about how blacks and whites are different, and that's okay, we should accept that and split them fucking apart, because they'll ruin each other. Emily, what did you reply to that wonderful comment?
There's no point in arguing, and there's like...
It's time to like end it.
Yeah.
We're close to the end, everyone, so...
So, look, I'm not going to argue with you about if apartheid was racist or not. Because it was. I see no point in continuing this discussion. Please do not comment on our channel in the future, as we do not tolerate racism. That's it. That's it. What I was going to say...
Pretty clean cut, we're done. Goodbye.
you're free to comment on our channel if you got anything to do with movies or like anything
You're
fun
a person.
stuff. I don't know.
Exist.
Sure, you can criticize us for things we do, but when you're getting into hate speech and this shit, it's just like. And this is probably the most political video we'll ever do. Which is just saying racism.
We're not just saying don't be a racist. What the fuck? It's 2021. But you see, this wonderful man wasn't done with us. So let me finish off the saga here with what he had to say. I'm not a racist. And apartheid isn't racist. You can slander me like that. Oh, I'm sorry, we're slandering him at this point.
I thought he was slandering us in the beginning.
But who the fuck knows? I'll continue with the next comment. Let me tell you something. From the beginning of the 20th century, throughout the first war of the decolonization of the world, and now people like you constantly undermining the Western civilization and the destiny of the European fatherland. Bitch. That was a fucking roller coaster. He strapped you in, and you thought you were going for like the kids ride, and next thing you know, you're on the fucking Satan ride, and you're just like, oh, where did that come from? And no, stop undermining the fucking.
I guess that films we're undermining the Western civilization and from its destiny.
What was it, the fucking Western fatherland or some shit?
Yeah, the European fatherland.
After we didn't reply to the last two, he decides to continue to try to trigger a response, and this is where the conversation ends with. Hey, jackass, respond.
Nice.
No, I'm alright, thank you.
So, that's all from us.
This is the most wonderful comment we've ever had, really. It's beautiful. It had a storyline, the twists, the turns. There, not as much romance, but it had violence, it had the twists.
It literally went from, it goes from 0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick. I mean, that apartheid line was the moment where you're just in there like...
What the fuck? Did you see this?
Yeah, I see this. Yeah, because I remember Emilio called us. He's like, guys, he was like really late, and because it's like midnight for us, but it's an hour difference in Finland, so it's like 1 a.m. for him. He's like, guys. It's like, what the fuck? Check this out. And we're like, what's? Oh, Emilio, will you be replying to more videos? Are you planning on replying to more comments after this wonderful experience you've had?
No,
never again. So Emilio has officially quit the comment section.
First time and last time.
It's a beautiful experience. Quite good. Look forward to the next war movie review. Next, we're actually doing one that one of you commented about, actually. So, hey, one of you will be happy.
Yeah.
And if you like things that are based in the back then times, look forward to our Commander's Morton short film that takes place in 60. Enjoy about a American man staying behind in Sweden after the Second World War.
America. Being right.
So we're topical. We're cashing in. This is the year to cash into that war.
But what are you gonna?
Oh, it's
do not do that.
I'm putting this in the video. Oh no. Cut.